Marcos, there's like a thing that's going on right now.
Oh
In the
yeah,
system. Like, what is
I think I hear
what
that.
is what
I'm
is
not
that? It's
sure.
gonna. We're getting Kevin Durant.
Hey, I,
Sharpen the harpoons, boys! We're back! We went from a fake Jalen Brunson meeting to this!
so if I may,
Yeah.
everybody's excited about the possibility of getting Kevin Durant,
Oh,
and
excited.
you should be, you should be, you should be. I'm not going. Here's the ugly side of that issue
Hmm?
that you got to deal with, and you got to be ready to have a big boy conversation about.
We'll see.
Who you giving up?
Okay. Well, here's the interesting thing about this. Okay.
And then please don't. You always make it sound like every Heat trade they don't have to give up anything.
That's not
Like
true. That's not true. I'm
like,
the opposite of that.
this is big
I
boy
always,
conversation.
I always say,
Wait, stop smiling. This is a serious big boy conversation.
I always say you
I'm
got to
telling
get
you,
get.
if you say a Doliak or somebody like that, I am closing my computer and I'm going to sit in the other room.
You're aware of the rule, right? Like, do you know the rule? I didn't know about this rule till yesterday. It made me very happy. So, to catch everybody up, if you guys have been under a rock yesterday, free agency, we'll get into all the things that have happened with the Heat because there were some actual things that happened with the Heat. But the big news yesterday was Kevin Durant officially demanded a trade. Apparently, this has been the works for a couple of days. And the teams that are on his list, if a guy with 4 years left on his deal can have a list, his preferred destinations are Phoenix, who seems to be the favorite, and the Miami Heat. And the interesting thing that surrounds Phoenix is the whole narrative yesterday that Brooklyn was trying to put forth is we're not doing this for anybody less than an all-star. So they wanted Devin Booker, which obviously isn't going to happen because Kevin Durant doesn't want to go to a team that can't contend. And so the other thing that happened with that is Devin Booker signed his extension with the Suns. He's not eligible to be traded. So their pieces are basically be surrounding DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges. The interesting thing, though, is with DeAndre Ayton, he's not really their piece to trade right now. He's a restricted free agent. So he and by the way, isn't really in a great place with the organization.
No, because he wanted that extension a year ago.
Right. So he can go basically sign an offer sheet and blow this thing up for them. So they're in a weird spot. On the flip side of it, the Miami Heat, they're doing the same thing where it's like, well, we're not going to do this unless we get Bam Adebayo. The weird thing is, and I had no idea this was a rule, you are not allowed to have two players on your roster that you traded for that are under this 5-year max rookie extension. You can't do it. It's a clause. Who knows these rules in the CBA? But I was thrilled because they have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is on a max rookie extension. Ergo, they can't have Bam Adebayo and Ben Simmons on the same roster. You could have it if they had drafted Ben Simmons. For whatever reason, you can't trade for two. I don't know. Bobby Marks told me these are the rules. I listen to him. Them's the rules. So apparently they can't trade for Bam Adebayo. He's ineligible unless they were to get rid of Ben Simmons. So then, of course, the idea is, well, they have Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero would be, I guess, the highlight of the deal with filler, Duncan Robinson, Strus, pick your litter of the roster, and oodles of picks. The Heat apparently can give up to 3 first-round picks if they can get this protection lifted from OKC. You know Riles will get that done. So that is the highlight of the deal, is it would be Tyler Hero, oodles of picks, and, pick your other young guys that you want around the roster.
No,
Brooklyn,
I thought I heard
go hog wild.
I thought I heard something different.
Go ahead.
that they can make that work if Ben Simmons was included in the deal.
Well, yes, they can make that happen if Ben Simmons is either traded to another team
or included in
traded
the deal.
in the deal.
Right.
Here's the thing, though. And I got a lot. First of all, the Miami Heat are not trading for Ben Simmons. Do you know I saw this yesterday, and people were, just trade for him, bro. Boom. They have Jimmy Butler on the roster. How's that relationship, everybody? Like just having Ben Simmons on the roster. Do you think?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, not great. Not great. Not great, Bob. Here's the other thing. People are just like, well, just flip Ben Simmons. Just trade him. And okay, here's the thing, though. He's on a max deal. He's got a broken back, and he hasn't played basketball in over a year. Oh, just trade him. Just figure it out.
That's what you do, your players.
No. Here's what's going to happen, Brooklyn. You got no options. You're not getting Bam Adebayo. You're going to take what you get, and you're going to like it. And that's it. Them's the breaks.
Really?
Them's the breaks. Sorry. I'm not trading Bam Adebayo. You're going to take Tyler Hero and our poo-poo platter of picks. And you're going to like it, and that's it. You're not getting DeAndre Ayton. He's going to be a Piston. And you're going to have to say,
why do the Pistons sign all the big guys?
I don't know.
They just signed all the big guys.
But I just saw that yesterday. Like, they're going to have to trade Ben Simmons. Who is trading for Ben Simmons? How can you trade for the only reason they took Ben Simmons was to get James Harden out of there because it was such a Molotov cocktail of disaster. They're just like, all right, I guess Ben Simmons will work. And then he gets there and he goes, I can't play basketball. Sorry, guys. Who's trading for that?
He basically did Ben Simmons stuff.
Right. It's like, I just keep all you have to do is not have Ben Simmons on the roster. Oh, that's it? Do you know what I would have to trade to get rid of that contract? Like, I would have to get 2 first-round picks to take Ben Simmons off your roster. Get the hell out of here, Ben Simmons. So, I'm sorry. Bam's not going in the trade, everybody. So, I'm not going to hear about it. I'm not going to talk about it. And by the way, you think Kevin Durant wants to come here? It's the same thing with Phoenix. You think he wants to go to Phoenix if there's no Devin Booker? You think he wants to come to Miami if there's no Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo? I say no. He wants to play with Bam. He wants to play with Jimmy. And the Brooklyn Nets are going to have to eat it. And I'm sorry.
Are they?
What about these reports that the Lakers are in the mix?
They're not in the mix.
I didn't think so.
What
can they give up?
Here's the thing that's funny about the Lakers. I was sitting in an Apopka Regal Theater when.
Whoa! So you were in Apopka.
Yeah.
And for one of your leisure activities, you went and saw a movie?
You ever been to Apopka at night, bro? Not much there. There's the Rock Springs. There's the Rock Springs Bar and Grill and a Regal. That's what's there.
What did you go see?
We saw Elvis.
Oh,
not my choice, obviously, but I actually liked it.
Nice.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Number 1 movie in America.
That's what my wife wanted to see. She wanted to see Elvis, dude.
It's the only movie in America right now.
It's Elvis. I could have seen Top Gun, Jurassic Park. I'm seeing Minions today.
You didn't see you didn't want to see Top Gun? Oh no,
I would have liked to see Top Gun.
Never mind. I heard the original statement. I will leave it at that.
I would, yeah. My wife wanted to see Elvis.
Yes,
that's it.
Yeah.
And so I walk in there and it's like Kyrie Irving opts into his contract. I'm like, well, yeah. Like everybody was like, well, he might just opt out and go to the Lakers for $6 million. He might.
Like,
talking about
hey,
what?
Hey, Kyrie may be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but he ain't stupid.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I would be like, Kyrie, are you like? That's almost a crime. I'm gonna opt out and go to the Lakers for $6 million.
If he opted out and went and took the Lakers $6 million, that's worse than thinking the Earth is flat,
dude. It was so like I'm laughing at that where he opts in, but I was in on the Kyrie thing for sure. I was like, I would love the Heat to get in the Kyrie Irving thing, but then Mickey Harrison tweeted the vaccine article, and I was like, well, that seems like it's kind of shot in the foot. And they're basically saying nobody wants this guy. Like, nobody wants Kyrie Irving. The only team that wants him is the Lakers, and the only way they could trade for him is trading a guy who nobody else wants in Russell Westbrook. So I don't know. They're a disaster, which is why Kevin Durant's like, you know what? That's up a shit.
I got to tell you, man, Here, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
As things currently are, you have more faith in Russell Westbrook or Kyrie Irving?
Define faith.
Well, in order to, I don't care how bad, I don't care how bad you play, you got to play.
I guess if it's to show up and play basketball, I would say Russell Westbrook.
Right, but that's crazy. You know, that in itself is crazy because if you're thinking about anybody that trades for Kyrie, like somewhere in the back, somebody's in that back room going, y'all really want to do this, huh? He, doesn't always want to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You get him on the court.
Yeah, the Nets are in a bad spot, dude. I don't know. Like, it doesn't get much worse than what I mean. Like, they're what? They're a year removed from having Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant on their roster, and now they're gonna have none of them.
I would say they swung for the fences and missed.
They certainly did.
But as a fan base, it didn't work out. But you want your ownership to do that. Like they just maybe did it poorly. I don't even know if it was sometimes you can make good decisions and not work out. I'm trying to think. Most people thought this was a good decision. Right? A lot of people thought this was, they were favored.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people thought this was a good idea. However, you didn't know you were going to get fat James Harden.
Oof,
you didn't know the pandemic was going to hit and Kyrie was going to do Kyrie things, right?
Yep.
And then you got Kevin Durant, who he's going to give you everything, and he's all about basketball, but the other stuff is killing him.
But it is interesting, and we can get into this on the other side. All right, so he wants out. The Heat are obviously putting a full court press on this reportedly. Like everybody's saying the Heat are all in on making this happen. They've been the reports have been they've been working on this for days in trying to make this happen, as is Phoenix. And as far as the Ayton thing, he didn't sign a deal last night, so it's not like there was that midnight deal. So maybe he is playing ball with them because maybe Phoenix is going to be in this position. Maybe he feels like the only max he will get is from Brooklyn. But it is interesting. What is Phoenix? What is Brooklyn's desperation in making this happen? We'll take a quick break.
Are you shocked at DeAndre Ayton and how he's been treated the last couple of years? When they're giving maxes to, there's so many guys getting $100 million.
Yes and no. I'll explain some of that, and we'll continue on with this. Text the show 786-360-0790. Back after this.
Hey, this is Bob, and you're listening.
Is that your stomach?
Is that your stomach, Leroy?
It might have been. I'm hungry.